The Big Race. A dog saw a group of animals across the road. He walked over to meet them. "What are you doing?" he asked them. "I just sold them tickets to a race between the rabbit and the turtle," the duck responded. This news excited the dog. He felt fortunate that he happened to be there. "I don't have anything to do today," the dog said. "I want to buy a ticket too." The dog sat down to observe the race. The race would be extreme. It would be many kilometers in length. The rabbit and the turtle stood next to each other. They waited for the race to start. The dog wondered why the turtle agreed to run against the rabbit. Being fast was not a characteristic of turtles. The rabbit was going to win easily. Suddenly, the race began. The rabbit ran extremely quickly. The turtle walked slowly. After a minute, the rabbit looked back. He saw that the turtle was far behind him and was breathing quickly because he was so tired. The rabbit smiled and slowed to a walk. A minute later, the rabbit said, "I'm winning, so I'll take a rest." He sat and began to consume some grass. Then he let his eyes close. He wasn't the winner yet, but there was no risk of him losing the race. He went to sleep. Hours later, a loud sound woke him. All of the animals were yelling and looking at the field. He felt fear for the first time. The turtle was almost at the finish line. Now the rabbit realized his mistake, but the race was over. He gave the turtle an opportunity to win, and the turtle took it. The duck handed the turtle his prize. It was the happiest day of the turtle's life. The dog was happy for the turtle. He isn't fast, the dog thought, but he tried his best and did something great.
Across. Across. To go across something is to go to the other side of it.
He walked across the board to the other side.
Breathe. Breathe. To breathe means to let air go in and out of your body.
We need strong, healthy lungs to help us breathe well.
Characteristic. Characteristic. A characteristic is something that shows what a person or a thing is like.
One characteristic of tigers is their black stripes.
Consume. Consume. To consume something means to eat or drink it.
Jack consumed a whole plate of spaghetti.
Excite. Excite. To excite someone means to make them happy and interested.
I heard about the school dance on Friday. This excited me.
Extreme. Extreme. If something is extreme, it is in a large amount or degree.
His workout was so extreme that he was sweating heavily.
Fear. Fear. Fear is the feeling of being afraid.
I have a great fear of skateboarding.
Fortunate. Fortunate. If you are fortunate, you are lucky.
I was fortunate to get a seat.
Happen. Happen. If someone happens to do something, they do it by chance.
I happened to meet some new friends at school today.
Length. Length. The length of something is how long it is from one end to the other.
The length of the floor is 3 meters.
Mistake. Mistake. A mistake is something you do wrong.
My boss always yells at me when I make a mistake.
Observe. Observe. To observe something is to watch it.
Ryan observed the sun rising over the mountains.
Opportunity. Opportunity. An opportunity is a chance to do something.
I had an opportunity to take pictures in the jungle.
Prize. Prize. A prize is something of value that is given to the winner.
I won a prize for getting the best grade on my science test.
Race. Race. A race is a contest to see who is the fastest.
Paul is a fast runner, so he easily won the race.
Realize. Realize. To realize is to suddenly understand.
After I left my house, I realized that I left the light on.
Respond. Respond. To respond is to give an answer to what someone else said.
When the teacher asked the question, we all responded.
Risk. Risk. A risk is a chance of something bad happening.
I took a risk and climbed the snowy mountain.
Wonder. Wonder. To wonder is to ask yourself questions or have a need to know.
The young mother wondered if she'd have a boy or a girl.
Yet. Yet. Yet is used to say something has not happened up to now.
We can't go out yet. We're still eating.
Adams County's gold. Adams Academy was a good school. Boys lived there and took classes. Tom worked hard all week. On a spring Saturday, he wanted to do something fun. He asked his friend Jeff to go to the movie theater. Sorry, Jeff answered. I'm going to a concert. So Tom asked Joe to go to the movies. But Joe's soccer team had a game. Next, Tom went down the hall to Brad's room. Brad was reading a very large old book. Hi, Brad, Tom said. Are you reading a dictionary? It looks ancient. No, this is called The Wealth of Adams County. It's about hidden gold in Adams County. It's more than a century old. It was published in 1870. Look, it even has the original cover on it. Tom asked, Where did you get it? It's from my dad's friend. He is a nice gentleman, an officer in the army, answered Brad. The gold doesn't really exist, does it? Tom asked. I don't know, but maybe. There are clues to it in this book. Let's find it. Looking for gold sounded like fun. The first clue was to find a flat tree underground. It must be in the forest, Tom said. Brad said, The flat tree could be a board under the dirt. It could cover the gold. Tom and Brad dug in the dirt all morning. The process of looking for gold made them hungry. They were ready to stop for lunch. But then Brad hit something hard. It was a board. Brad pounded on the board until it broke. There was a small hole under it. Look! He held up a gold coin. Tom saw a piece of paper in the hole. Brad, there's more. It's a map to the rest of the gold. Brad smiled. Let's go. And they hurried to find the wealth of Adams County. Academy. Academy. An academy is a special type of school.
There are many courses taught at the academy that I go to.
Ancient. Ancient. If something is ancient, it is very old.
I want to see the ancient buildings in Rome.
Board. Board. A board is a flat piece of wood.
The sign was made of a few wooden boards.
Century. Century. A century is 100 years.
Our company is celebrating a century of business in London.
Clue. Clue. A clue is a fact or object that helps solve a mystery or crime.
The detective found some clues on the sidewalk.
Concert. Concert. A concert is an event where you listen to people play music.
I enjoyed the concert last night. The band was very good.
County. County. A county is the largest political division of a state in the U.S.
He wanted to represent the citizens of his county.
Dictionary. Dictionary. A dictionary is a book that tells you what words mean.
I used the dictionary to learn new words.
Exist. Exist. To exist is to be real.
Do you really think that unicorns ever existed?
Flat. Flat. Flat describes something that is level and smooth with no curved parts.
My parents bought a new flat-screen TV over the weekend.
Gentleman. Gentleman. A gentleman is a nice man.
My grandfather is a kind and helpful gentleman.
Hidden. Hidden. Hidden means to be not easily noticed or too hard to find.
The hidden camera recorded everything in the parking lot.
Maybe. Maybe. Maybe is used to show that something is possible or may be true.
If I focus hard enough, maybe I can come up with the right answer.
Officer. Officer. An officer is a leader in the army.
The soldiers followed the orders of the officer.
Original. Original. If something is original, it is the first one of that thing.
This is the original painting of the Mona Lisa.
Pound. Pound. To pound something is to hit it many times with a lot of force.
He pounded the nail with the hammer.
Process. Process. A process is the steps to take to do something.
Making a cake is a long process.
Publish. Publish. To publish a book is to get it printed and ready to sell.
That company publishes daily newspapers.
Theater. Theater. A theater is a building where you watch plays, shows, and movies.
We went to the theater to see a play.
Wealth. Wealth. Wealth is a large amount of money.
One of the most important things to some people is wealth. The race for water. There was a town next to a river. The people there had a lot of water, but they wasted it. That made the sky angry. It said, "If you waste water, I will take it away from you." But the people didn't listen. When the season changed from spring to summer, the clouds disappeared. The bright sun was hot and made the river dry. There was no water available. People asked, "When will the rain fall?" The sky's response was, "You don't appreciate water. You waste it, and now I will never make rain again." A boy determined that this wasn't fair. He thought of a solution. He asked the sky to race him. He said, "If I get to the top of that hill before your rain can form puddles, you must fill our river." The sky laughed. "Little boy, I am the sky. I am above everything else. You cannot beat me." But the boy knew he would win. When the race began, the boy ran forward. The sky started raining on the hill, but puddles did not form there. When it rained on the hill, the water went down. The sky kept raining. The water flowed down into the river. When the boy reached the top of the hill, the river was full. The people began to celebrate. It was the highest level the river had ever been at before. The sky was angry. "A boy can't beat me. I won't fill your river," it said. Now the boy laughed. "It doesn't matter whether you want to fill it or not," he said. "You already did." The sky looked at the full river. "You tricked me," it said. It asked the people, "Do you appreciate water now?" "Yes," they said. "We won't waste it." That is how a lone boy saved his town and won the race for water.
Appreciate. Appreciate. To appreciate something is to understand its good qualities.
I can appreciate the lovely scenery.
Available. Available. If something is available, it means you can get it.
There were many seats available in the room.
Beat. Beat. To beat someone means to do better than they do.
I managed to beat everyone in the race.
Bright. Bright. If something is bright, it shows a lot of light.
The bright light from the explosion hurt my eyes.
Celebrate. Celebrate. To celebrate is to do something to show that an event is special.
We all celebrated when we heard the great news.
Determine. Determine. To determine means to choose or make a decision.
He tried to determine which one to eat first.
Disappear. Disappear. To disappear means to go away or not be seen.
The top of the building is disappearing in the clouds.
Else. Else. If you talk about something else, you talk about something different.
I wanted a bike for my birthday, but I got something else.
Fair. Fair. Fair describes treating someone in a way that is reasonable or right.
He sold me his car for a fair price.
Flow. Flow. To flow is to move easily and continuously in one direction.
The water flowed over the rocks and into the lake.
Forward. Forward. If you move forward, you move in the direction in front of you.
When he saw his mother, the baby crawled forward to her.
Hill. Hill. A hill is a round area of land. It is higher than the land around it.
The sun was rising above the green hills.
Level. Level. A level is a point on a scale that measures something.
Please check the level of the temperature.
Lone. Lone. If someone or something is lone, they are the only one of that kind.
A lone man walked along the street.
Puddle. Puddle. A puddle is a pool of liquid on the ground.
When the ice melted, it formed a puddle.
Response. Response. A response is the answer to a question.
He asked if I was sad. My response was no.
Season. Season. A season is a time of the year. Spring, summer, fall, or winter.
Fall is a warm season, while winter is very cold.
Solution. Solution. A solution is a way to solve a problem.
There are many problems. We need solutions.
Waste. Waste. To waste means to carelessly use something all up.
Turn off the water so you don't waste it.
Weather. Weather. You use weather when you must choose between two things.
I could not decide whether to go left or right.
The Little Red Chicken. A little red chicken had a store in a small town. She sold many different items to people in the town. The people loved her products. One day, a cat came to her property. He saw the sign that indicated where the chicken store was located. He wanted to purchase bread, but the chicken store was almost empty. She had only a bag of wheat. "You can use the wheat to make bread," the chicken said. "No, I don't want to work," the cat said. "I just want to buy bread." The cat became angry and left the store. Later, the little red chicken saw the cat in a crowd. "I will help you make the bread," she said. But the cat treated her badly. He did not even communicate with her. He did not want to do any work. So the chicken decided to make the bread. She selected the exact amount of wheat to make fresh bread. She used a stone to pound the wheat to get it ready. Soon, her bread was ready. The cat came and saw the bread on a dish. "Give me some of your bread," he said. "No," said the little red chicken. "You did not help me make the bread, so you shall not have any to eat." The cat argued with the chicken. He tried to offer a price for it, but the little red chicken did not want to sell her bread. "Don't depend on others to do work for you," said the little red chicken. "Then how will I get bread?" the cat asked. "I recommend doing some work," said the little red chicken. "Use a tool to plant your own wheat. When it grows big, you can gather it and make your own bread. You need to learn to do work for what you want." Argue. Argue. To argue is to angrily speak to someone because you do not agree.
We argued about where to go for dinner.
Communicate. Communicate. To communicate is to give information by talking, writing, etc.
I communicated with Paul about his new ideas.
Crowd. Crowd. A crowd is a large group of people.
A large crowd had gathered on the street to see the accident.
Depend. Depend. To depend on someone or something is to need them.
Children depend on their parents for many things.
Dish. Dish. A dish is a plate.
She put a clean white dish on the table.
Empty. Empty. If something is empty, it does not have anything in it.
My gas tank was almost empty, so I couldn't drive my car very long.
Exact. Exact. If something is exact, it is just the right amount.
Please use the exact amount of sugar for the cake.
Fresh. Fresh. If something is fresh, it is new.
I just bought these oranges. They are very fresh.
Gather. Gather. To gather is to collect several things, usually from different places.
Sam gathered some flowers for his mother.
Indicate. Indicate. To indicate means to show, point, or make something clear.
He pointed to his eyes to indicate where he had hurt himself.
Item. Item. An item is a thing that you buy or sell.
I have many items for school in my bag.
Offer. Offer. To offer is to present someone with something.
He offered me the keys to his car.
Price. Price. The price of something is how much it costs.
What is the price of this item?
Product. Product. A product is something that is made.
My sister has many beauty products in her room.
Property. Property. Property is something that someone owns.
The house is now my property.
Purchase. Purchase. To purchase something is to buy it.
I recently purchased a new car.
Recommend. Recommend. To recommend something is to say that someone should do it.
My doctor recommended that I get some exercise.
Select. Select. To select something is to choose it.
I hope that I selected the right answers on the test.
Tool. Tool. A tool is something that helps you do a task.
We used a tool to fix the window.
Treat. Treat. To treat is to act in a certain way toward someone.
The cats treated the mouse very nicely.